4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome to the Coaching Big Show. You got big ups on the set right now. Tonight, we got a special guest. We got our man, the GM for the Houston Rockets, Bridgkid. He's in the house tonight. We're going to throw some questions at him and put him on the hot seat for this controversial list that he puts out for the SGA and the starting 5 teams and how they rank. Right now, I'm going to pass it over to your host, Coach. Coach, say hello to the people, man.
All right, what's going on out there, SGA? Over here chilling, man. Want to welcome Bridge to the show. Hey, thanks for coming out, man. We got our first guest who's going to actually talk about some substance. He put out a controversial list ranking folks. I think people tried to behead him, so we're going to talk a little bit about that and get into it. But I'm going to pass it over to you, Bridge. Introduce yourself to the league. I think this is the first time everybody's seeing you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, why you play in the league, and things of that nature.
What's up, fellas, man? This is Bridgkid coming to you live from California. I'm originally from back east, from Brooklyn, New York. So I rep Brooklyn Nets. I also rep the New York Knicks. That's my second favorite team, man. But I went to school in Houston, man. So I love Houston, man. My favorite player of all time is Akeem Olajuwon. So based on Akeem and Ralph Sampson and all of these bigs that have played there, Yao Ming, Dwight Howard, man, like I've been a fan ever since, man. I've been a fan since like 1990, man. So okay. I've been down. So ended up moving out here to California, man. Right after college, man. I moved out here and fell in love with a girl, man, got married, and I moved out here to like play in a band, and the band kind of fell apart, man. We toured up and down the coast. Okay. And
what kind of music you do?
Man, everything. Hip hop, metal, like Rage Against the Machine. Okay. You ever heard of that band? I've done that. Cypress Hill. Yeah, heavy stuff, man. So yeah, heavy fun.
Well, I do know we do have another R&B.
That's right, Reese, right? Reese is R&B.
Yeah, I see the video. He's got a latest video he posted up today.
Oh, yeah?
I ain't seen it yet. I'm going to have to check it out. I'm going to have to check. Most of them, man, those got skills. I have to check it out, though.
Sure. So tell me, man, what's your thoughts on this year's 2K version?
Can you repeat the question?
What's your thoughts on this year's 2K version?
Oh,
this version of 2K.
Up until this year, I thought 2K11 was the best basketball game I've ever played. 2K11. But I have to say that this year's game, to me, it seems as if 2K has finally put everything together the right way. And the gameplay, it's addicting. Playing defense is addicting. Right. Playing offense and running plays and sets and matchups and all that stuff, man, it's ridiculous, man. Like, I almost think that they've thought of everything, and I can't think of what else they could do past this. Like, right. If they came out with the same game for the next some odd years, man, like I wouldn't be disappointed in that, man, because it's the pinnacle right now. It's a good time to be like, you know, like a basketball player.
Yeah. What's your favorite mode of this year's version? What's your favorite mode you like to play in? You know, that my player mode is pretty cool this year too.
Yeah, I like the way that they started off basically the basketball season, man. Like, you know, with the my player mode, with the prelude, that was pretty cool, pretty clever. So like it got you kind of like, you know, acclimated to the game. But I love just the online league association stuff, man. Like I love you know, competing and all of that.
It can take care of us on that, yeah.
Yeah, but like as far as my GM, I used to get down with that last season, and that was a lot of fun as well, man. But I haven't really gotten into like, you know, anything else thus far. Okay. I'm still trying to learn this game, man. This game is not easy, and it's there's a learning curve to this game, and I'm excited just to kind of get used to it. you know, learn and like feel comfortable. So
Right.
that's where I'm at with the game
You
right now.
asked this next question earlier when you started talking. I was trying to figure out why did you pick to represent Houston when you obviously from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? From the East Coast, you want to represent Houston. What's up with that?
Yeah, man. You know what, man? I can honestly tell you that I spent my growing up years in Houston. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush. Lived there for 15 years, and then I moved out to Houston, and I was in Houston for like basically through high school, you know, middle school, high school, college. So that's where like I like, you know, became a man. You know what I'm saying? So my family still to this day lives in Houston. I like go to Houston every year to visit them, you know, my mom and grandmother and sister and everybody. So I have a lot of ties in Houston.
Okay. I mean, I got one last question to ask you. Then I'm gonna pass you over to Coach. Like I took over the damn show. Coach, you over there. He's throwing graphics up and everything, you know, twiddling his thumb over there. But this is a keeper league, meaning you build the same team to your liking over multiple seasons. Take us through the progression of this Houston team you built from the time you inherited the team to the present. And can you give us a hint on, you know, what you're going to do with this franchise next?
Okay, yeah. When I came into this league, I was in SGA like a long time ago, and then I left it, and then I came back about 2 years ago. And when I came back 2 years ago, it was right after the Star Draft, and I was lucky to basically acquire Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was playing for the Toronto Raptors, so I took over that team, and that team also featured Darren Collison, and it also featured Marc Gasol.
Okay.
Which I was very like, you know, surprised about because I never really played with him. I didn't really know him too well. But I could tell you like in that year, man, that guy. And KD was like a decoy. And like my main go-to guy used to be Marc Gasol, man. Sorry, man. I like got dogs over here, man. So they kind of laugh. So anyway,
dogs out.
So that team in Toronto. Shout out to my boy Risto. So when we did this jersey swap, he hit me up, I hit him up, and who was Houston? Lamarck was Houston, and I worked out something that I could take over Houston, and I think Lamarck went to San Antonio. Yeah, he went to San Antonio, and then Risto got his like, you know, 16th, the 6th. So I was Houston ever since, and I had KD, Gasol, built up that team as much as possible. Last year, like I won 71 games. Really, honestly, like I won 50 games, and the rest of the games were Sims. But I think I went 70-10 or something like that. Last year, man, like I think everything came into place, and I understood it, the game really well. And I got to the playoffs, and then my team just kind of fizzled out, and I won in the first round against Sin. That's why Sin hates me right now. Shout out to Sin. And then in the second round, I ended up playing JTN, and JTN took me to like 7 games, man. That game was that series was rough. It was rough, man. His Jazz team, man, they were ready, and they came for me, and I somehow got past them. So in the conference finals, man, like I went up against Croy, and like Croy just crushed me like 4-0. I had no clue what I was doing anymore. KD couldn't shoot. 2K must have changed the shot or something like that, man. So, oh man, it was a disaster. At that same time, though, this was very, very important that I must note. Last season, when I went on that incredible run, I had traded Gasol, and I had Cantor as well, and I traded those guys, and I ended up getting who did I get, man? I can't remember who I got from Sin, man, but I used those guys and I flipped them. Oh, I ended up getting Harden from him. I got James Harden and KD on the same squad, and then around January, like I ended up talking to you, Biggs, and I convinced you to make a deal. Yeah, I like convinced you to make a deal to trade me Duncan, plus your first round pick, which turned out to be very pivotal. So that pick ended up getting me the #1 overall pick in the draft this year, like this off season, and I ended up getting Brandon Ingram. So that worked out pretty well for me, man. And I'm sorry that didn't work out for you too well because you ended up missing the playoffs. It's all good. But
shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Check it out. I'm gonna be the first one to say, Coach, and everybody out there, Big's team this year is legit. Believe it. He's not a sleeper.
You talked about me in the first episode of this shit, so that team is all right.
He has a squad. His squad is so deep, and they can bang. They are ball hawks. He has guys which could shoot the rock from anywhere, just lights out. I mean, like ridiculous team, and I want to give you props for that, man. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, and when I beat Risto and AKA, I'm retiring. If you got something for Coach, man, go ahead, jump in there on him, man.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Cool.
I know Coach want to talk about that list you made.
Okay. All right. What you want to know, Coach?
Like I said, I'm letting my man Big do his thing real quick. I'm letting him get his shots in, especially since shots were fired. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into some of that stuff here, man. I'm looking at your ratings here, and obviously it created some controversy. It created some different things, and I'm gonna get into that in a minute because that's gonna be how I'm gonna end it. But I'm gonna go on to simple things. I have some simple questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Straight up right now, I was looking in the preseason. You played I think 9 or 10 games or something in that first preseason.
Yes, sir.
Who did you have the most trouble with, and who did you walk over?
Woo!
I told you, man. I'm coming for you.
This man right here, big ups for like 1 week, man. Just beat me like every day. I had no answer for him. And then also like I played Sin just before he got ran out of the league, man. Props to getting back, man. I appreciate you, dog. Sin's team, man, his Laker team at the time, man, that team was treacherous, and then they still are. It doesn't matter what jersey they have on. That's a tough team to beat, and something about Biggs and like Sin's team, like you can't take them lightly, man. Like you have to come ready, and like you have to get out to an early lead, man. Because if you're playing catch up the whole game, like you're not gonna catch them. I could say that right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Also, too, when I played Coach's team, man, Coach has some like tall guys in the front line, man. He's got Dirk, he's got Bender, he has Hibbert, and when those guys are there getting bounds, like rebounds and everything, man, he has Curry and Tony Parker, man, just carving up your defense, man. So it's a difficult team to to play. That's for sure.
Okay,
so yeah, man, props to both of y'all, man. Both of y'all put two great teams together, and I could see you guys doing some work this year, making a lot of noise.
You got the easy part out the way, but I'm not letting you duck the hard one. Like I said, I put you on the hot seat. We here. Come on. Right. I know you know where I'm going. It's out there. Listen, this is all in fun. Let me say before he even answers, guys, nobody get upset, guys. Remember, this is entertainment. We're doing this to promote some stuff to talk about, to get some rivalry. So please, guys, don't take no disrespect by it.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm trying to think of who did I play and I just destroyed. You know what? That's the thing, Coach, man. Like, when I play Big Ups, when I play Sin, like we tend to go back and forth, man. Like we have good days and bad days, man. Like I've played Big Ups and he's destroyed me, and I've also played Sin and then he's like killed me on the court, and then like the next day, man, like I don't know what it is, man. We'll come back and then I'll end up beating him by 20 points or something like that. So it's a good back and forth, like healthy, like competition in the preseason right now.
Right.
But I haven't played Kim. I haven't played Corey yet. I know Corey is going to give us hell. Kim is going to give us hell out there. Haven't played anyone, man, that I've just totally like, just in this preseason, man, just to kind of learn my team, learn the game, learn how to run plays. That whole Pentagon menu is kind of confusing, and like you kind of have to know your way around just so like you could get your team to execute the way that you need them to. So I just been like concentrating on that. So like as far as wins and losses this off season, like I don't really care about the wins and losses right now. Did I answer your question?
It was on a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about your roster. Okay, I got your roster pulled up here on my screen. For those of y'all, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I got the roster. I'm basically looking here, man. I'm looking at a team that's flanked with, DeMar DeRozan, Gilchrist, Big Al Jefferson, Bobby Ingram, Gordon, Bogut, D. Will. I mean, you definitely got some players over there. So as I look, and I'm looking at this team, the first thing that jumps off the page, man, is your wings, man. Your wings are just, they're defensive, they're offensive. Gilchrist is going to shut you down. He's got a mid this year. DeRozan's going to shut you down. He's always had a mid. You got guys like Bobby Ingram, who, the sky's the limit for that guy. So when in building this team, it looks like you're pretty wing heavy. Where do you see yourself going to the season? Are you staying put, or are we mixing some things up come season time?
That's a great question, Coach. If you know anything about me, man, like I'm really big on like, getting a team and like, creating like, decent guards, decent wings, and like, decent centers. So like I want to have like a complete team, because I'm always worried that, like if somebody doesn't step up, like, it's a next man up type of attitude with my teams. Every single year that I've been in SGA. I see my team doing pretty well, and I see myself. I ended up getting somebody from free agency. I won him last night, Joffrey Laverne. He's my next. Yeah, Denver. That's right. So I know his game, and I'm excited to have him. He's actually going to be playing for Oklahoma this year, so I don't know how much playing time he's going to get because they have a ton of bigs over there. But that guy plays hard, and I'm excited to have him on my team.
He's an underrated big man who excels at the pick and roll. It's got an 83 mid for y'all that want to sleep on him. He was really a baller, so it was a great free agent pickup for you. That was obviously my next question, was that free agent pickup. But, he's a 75 rated guy. Most guys really didn't know about. I mean, I saw him in free agency and thought to myself, okay, for what I'm trying to do with my team, I have big guys that can shoot. So he didn't really fit the role for me. But if I didn't have guys like Bender and guys like Dirk and Hibbert, I tell you, man, that would have been a free agent steal right there. The guy definitely can ball in 2K.
Right.
All right, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and now ask you a couple quick things as far as your division, man. Your division got a little harder. Here recently. We moved somebody over to your division, so it kind of cluttered up that division and hopefully created some good rivalries over there. You want to talk a little bit about the new addition to your division and what your expectations are?
Yeah, man. I think you guys, man, really did it to me, man. Like last year, I was able to win my Southwest division. Kind of going away, but this year, man, it's gonna be rough. I have myself, St. Croix, Ren's gonna be in there as the Pelicans, who's always tough, and I'm curious about Dallas. Dallas is Chad. I think he's Packers 12 to 85. Like I think his gamer tag is.
Yep.
I haven't played that guy.
I haven't played him at Reds. But I have a strange feeling, man, looking at his team, man. He has quite a roster.
Yeah, that team's full with Paul George and Farad.
Yes.
Full.
Yeah, and Earlier this summer, man, like I traded him Bismack Biyombo, which I was I mean, that was a tough call, man. But I traded him so I could get Eric Gordon, man. Once I found out Eric Gordon was going to be a Houston Rocket in real life, man. Like I'm kind of a homer like that, man. Like I have to have at least one Rocket on the squad.
You know, I can't get a Nick. I can't get a Nick to save my soul, man. I'm telling you, they holding on to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Hey, come see me, Big. I got Jaren Grant for you. You over there
That's
chilling?
right.
Man,
That's right. But
might take you up on that.
yeah, man. But to make a long story short, man, like I think the Packers, I haven't seen them play yet, but I think looking at his roster with like Paul George, man, like I think that team is going to be just as competitive. Man, running those, executing those great plays, man. King James is going to be hard to stop. It's going to be difficult to stop. Sean Livingston in 2K, he's very underrated, but he's incredible in this game with his dribble drive move.
Nasty. He is
Nasty
straight
as hell, man. Nasty
Yeah.
as hell. Brooke Lopez is a knockdown shooter. He can hit from any mid-range shot, man. When he takes it, it's 85% of the time going in. So he's very tough. And then Croy also has Julius Randle, man, that I know this year he's much improved. So he's going to be incredible. And then with New Orleans, man, if I know Ren pretty well, he likes to have shooters on his team. So I know that he's going to bring all of his wings and all of his shooters ready to just bomb and pretty much just stretch the floor. So he's going to be tough to play.
I'm tell y'all right now, y'all somehow he got D'Angelo Russell or Melo in his hands. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, this is not gonna be pretty, man. So to be honest with you, man, like I see myself making the playoffs, man, but like coming in third in the Southwest, behind either Corey or Ren. So if I can make the playoffs as a fourth or maybe a fifth seed, I'll be happy with that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Biggs, you got anything else for my man before we get him off the hot seat?
Nah, we got to get into this list, man. He ain't off the hot seat yet. He ain't going nowhere.
There you go. Go get him, Biggs. Go get him, Big.
Oh, shit.
I'm putting that list up right now, man. This top 5 list he puts out unofficially. You know what I mean? I appreciate the ranking that you gave me too. I gotta give you that much anyway. But I heard a lot of chatter on the box about it. A lot of chatter in the chat rooms. They were beefing about who was supposed to be better than Biggs and who shouldn't be up in the top 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. How did you come up with this list, man?
Was hot yesterday on the thread, man. Oh man, yesterday was incredible. So basically, man, the Bleach Report, man, that's what I call my writing team. Came up with this list, man. Basically, Big Ups came up with this list on Facebook, and the list basically composed of like real life teams. So I basically said, why don't I like spin this and like make it like a SGA thing. So then I went ahead and did that, man. But I wasn't expecting some of the feedback that I got.
And look, what people know is that he hits me up, right? He says, "Yo, Ups, I'm gonna do the Eastern Conference, right? And you do the Western Conference." I was like, "Yeah, all right." And I was like, "Nah, you do all of them, bro. I'll put it on the show, but you do all of them. I don't want no parts of it." Woo! Me in the mix with that.
Woo! You know what, man? What I should have done, man, was just do an East and West and just leave it at that. Don't even do an overall, man, because I think that's what got people kind of heated.
Yeah,
I did an overall, and people were not happy with that. And let me just say, man, what I was trying to do, man, was just I was taking into account starting fives, like everyone starting a lineup. Right. And then I was also taking into account just the skill of the owner. And like, that's not a slander, I'm not slighting anybody, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, good example, man. When I see Coach, for a example, Coach knows how to play with like Curry very well.
Yeah.
And Coach also knows what to do with like let's say Dirk. So I was taking that into account. And looking at with this starting five team, man, like, do they have any weaknesses? Do they have any holes? So maybe I was being biased, man, but I was thinking, like, when I play these teams, man, what trouble do they give me? Like, what kind of things do I run into? And like the teams at the top, man, were like teams that I struggle against, like teams that don't, I mean, to me, show any weaknesses. And then other teams do. For a example, our RTN's team, when you look at his team and like you look at Cantor as the center and like who's his power forward? Porzingis.
Yeah, Porzingis.
So I don't see them banging with bigs, very, very long, very hard, very well. So I feel like if you're down in the post, like with my Al Jefferson, I can make moves on them and I could probably score. Whereas if I'm going up against, let's say, Brook Lopez or DeAndre, dude, it's difficult for me to score down in the paint, man. So I got to do other things just to even stay in the game. So that's what I was taking into account. So that's where I'm at, man. Coach, help me out, man.
Coach dropped out, man. He must have had some
okay
issues. I'm about to send him another link. So
all right, man, that's cool. Yeah. So basically, man, that's where I was coming from, man. Like, I wasn't trying to say that this person sucks, that person sucks, or anything like that. But I must make a note. I must say right now that teams that don't play, like all of the open teams, I had to put them on the bottom. And like some of the owners which hardly play in our league, like I had to kind of, I couldn't put them at the top or anything like that. It's not fair.
Right.
So it wouldn't be fair to say, oh, future man, like you have one of the best starting fives. It's like, nah, man, like I haven't seen you play. I haven't seen you do anything. So
right. Be more active, gentlemen, and you'll get a higher rank.
Yes. So speaking of which, this is all about it's all good fun. It's all about promoting activity. We want this year to be the best year ever. We have a lot riding on it this year, man. This year is super important. Stakes is high, De La Soul style. And
I like that. De La Soul Records.
Yeah, so I just hope that this year that everybody's active, everybody's balling. If we do this right, man, this is gonna be the best year ever, man. This whole social media aspect of it this year, it's incredible, man. So I just want to give you, Coach, Chuck, everybody props, man, just for all of the hard work that they put in. I also want to recognize Kim and Risto for updating our rosters, actually building our new rosters, and hopefully we could ride this into the season. Speaking of which, man, would we have to make another roster?
Yes. Do we have to make another one?
I don't know, right?
Well, I would suggest it be done because teams haven't really done their free agency thing yet. They haven't finished that.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Deal with that.
We'll figure it out.
That seems to be all for now, man. I think Coach bottomed out on us. He'll be probably went to the bathroom or something. I don't know. But
okay.
We're going to go ahead on and close this here session today. All right, and just wanted to be known that this was a good session. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Man, thanks for having me, and I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. This is big, so I'm going to go ahead and solo it out right now. Sponsors today, Mickey, malt liquor. It comes in a plastic bottle now. And Gerber, graduated little crunchies. It's not just for babies no more, man. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all on the court. Peace.
Later, man. Play basketball.
Rah.